Welcome to the Exit Rich podcast, where the leading authority on buying, selling, fixing, and growing companies, Michelle Seiler Tucker, is dedicated to helping you find the path to retire rich and move on to your next adventure by exiting your business for the desired dream price you deserve. Get ready to exit rich with your host, Michelle Seiler Tucker.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Exit Rich. Typically, we interview Shark Tank guests, but today I'm going to do a solo. I'm Michelle Seiler Tucker. I've been in this industry for over 26 years. I specialize in buying, selling, fixing, and growing companies. And I love what I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like a kid in a candy store. They can't wait to hear your story. I can't wait to hear how you started your multi-million-dollar company out of your kitchen or out of the garage or out of your pickup truck. I love entrepreneurship. I live it. I breathe it every single day of my life. And it breaks my heart. It really does break my heart that entrepreneurs spend so much time, energy, and effort in their company, in their business, running their business. And then one day they wake up and say, I need to sell this. I'm tired. A catastrophic event has occurred. Or I'm getting a divorce. There's health issues in the family. And then they think, wow, I should sell this. Plus, the other thing that sets in is true burnout, my friends. Business owners get tired. They're exhausted of running the everyday, day-to-day business. And rather you're working in it or on it, you can experience burnout. But when that day comes, it's typically too late, my friends. And the reason it's too late is because you're going to look at your business, you're going to look at your life, and you're going to say, what do I need to sell this business for? How much do I need to make on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis? How can I set my family up for success? How can I make sure that there's enough money coming in to support our lifestyle or enough money coming in to maybe start something new, maybe start another business, maybe create your next masterpiece? And when you go, today is the day, I look at business owners and go, because most business owners will say, Michelle, I'm ready. I'm done. I got to get out of this business. And then when I ask them, what are you wanting for your company? They're like, what I need is about $20 million. Okay. What you need is important. It is called the buyer sanity check. It is part of the buyer sanity check. But what you need and what buyers are willing to pay are typically two different things, because buyers might love your business, but they're not going to pay you what you want or what you need. They're going to pay you based upon the value that your business provides for their lifestyle, or the value that your business could perhaps create a lot of value add for their current company and catapult their current business to the next level. So think about that. When you wake up one day because of a health issue or a catastrophic event or burnout, or you're sick and tired of employees, and you start to look at what you want and what you feel you need to exit your business, is probably not going to be what you get at the closing table. And this does break my heart, because entrepreneurs work harder than anybody else. You know, we go into business to be our own boss, create that financial freedom, do what we want to do when we do it. But many of us have created a job that we go to work at every day versus a business that works for us. And when they go to sell it, they're not cashing out for the true value that they feel that they've poured into their business. Because entrepreneurs spend time, energy. They spend sometimes their entire life building their masterpiece. And one day you just wake up and want to sell it. Buyers will not pay what you want. They'll pay for value. So the reason this breaks my heart is because I see so many business owners closing down their company. They've been operational for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I see so many business owners selling for pennies on the dollar. I see business owners file bankruptcy. And that's what breaks my heart because entrepreneurship is alive and well. And there are more buyers now looking to buy good businesses than there have ever been in my 26-year career. But buyers are looking for sustainable businesses that are scalable. And when the owner is involved with every hand in the pot, every hand in the pie, making all the decisions, then the business is not always sellable. So in my book, Exit Rich, endorsed by Steve Forbes, we really talk about planning your exit, starting with the end in mind. And for your newbies that are just starting a business, really pay attention to this. Because like Stephen Covey always says, start with the end in mind. And what does that mean? That means that you really need to start thinking about your business before you wake up one day and decide you must get out because of burnout, because of health issues, because of a catastrophic event. It means you've already built a sustainable, scalable, and sellable business. That's what the Seiler Tucker GPS exit model is all about. It's really planning your end from the beginning. Now, it's okay if you haven't done that. It's okay. But guess what? You can't wait any longer. You really can't. You need to follow the GPS exit model. What is that? The GPS exit model is number one. What is your destination? What do you want to sell your business for? I have people that come to me all the time and say, Michelle, I want to sell my business for $20 million. EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, might be $1 million. And they're thinking they're going to get a 20 multiple. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen in most cases. I would say 99.9% unless you have a SaaS model. That's not going to happen. And so you really have to think, what is my destination? What is my desired outcome? It's kind of like when you get in your car and you drive somewhere. The first thing we do now, we don't pull out those old maps. We don't do that anymore. We go to our GPS and we plug in our destination. If we don't plug in our destination, guess what? We don't know where we're going, and neither does the vehicle. Now, what do you need to know after you know your destination? You need to know your current location. Where are you starting from? What is your business worth today? The GPS model, when you get in your car, can't take you to point A if they don't know point B of where you're starting from. Same thing with selling a company. Where do you want to end up at? And what is your valuation today? Then the other important thing in a GPS model, GPS exit model, is what's my time frame? Is your time frame a year? Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? It's really important to start your GPS exit model today, no matter where you're starting from. If you're one of my fellow baby boomers and you're like, gosh, it's time to sell, it's okay if you haven't planned. You start today. So what's your destination? What do you want to sell your business for? What's your current valuation? What is your business worth today? What is your time frame? Then it's important to know, who are the buyers? Who are those strategic buyers that will pay more money for your company than anyone else? What is the buyer looking for when they go to purchase your business, your company? What are those KPIs? What are the revenue numbers? What are the profit numbers? I have buyers that say, Michelle, don't bring me any businesses that's less than $300,000 seller discretion earnings. I have buyers that say, don't bring me any businesses that's under $2 million in EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So we need to know who are those buyers. So let's say you want to sell your business for $5 million. And let's say you're worth $1 million. Your time frame is 3 years. We already identified who those strategic buyers are that will pay you more money. So we really need to build your business based upon your GPS exit model. Destination, current evaluation, time frame, who will be those strategic buyers, and what are their KPIs? Meaning, what does a buyer want to see? What does a buyer want to see as far as financials? Revenue, EBITDA. Now there's this thing called the foundation. They really want to know, can the business run without you? And let's face it, we're entrepreneurs. I'm there right there with you. I'm an entrepreneur just like you. I have multiple different businesses. And we business owners are control freaks. Ask my team, they'll tell you. We're control freaks. We really feel that if you want it done right, you do it yourself. But that can't be further from the truth. Can't be further from the truth. If you want it done right, if you want to grow, you have to let go of control. So the number one thing buyers look for, other than revenue, seller's discretionary earnings, or earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, can the business run without you? Can the business sustain without you? Are you in every aspect of the business? Are you delegating and you have team leaders and they all report back to you, the business owner? Can you leave 30 days and not be involved in your business and your business still run like a fine, well-oiled machine? Can it? Or if you leave for a week, everything falls apart. Have you ever wondered why some businesses sell for pennies on the dollar and other businesses sell for millions? Have you ever wondered why businesses just close their door or file bankruptcy? Have you really ever wondered why 8 out of 10 businesses never sell? Especially good businesses. The reason is because business owners don't think about selling until a catastrophic event has occurred. They don't think about selling until a health issue or COVID or something completely out of their control, or they're completely burned out. That's when they think about selling. Most business owners never ever plan for their exit. They never think about selling until a catastrophic event has occurred. And usually by then it's too late. I hear stories all the time about business owners that had great businesses, really good businesses with good cash flow. But the owner just got completely burned out. I've got a story. Here's a story for you. I had a lady that called me up, and her father owned the pharmacy. And he owned a really popular, famous pharmacy in a very small town that had been in business for decades. I think it had been in business for over 40 years. She called me up and said, look, the business is dying. Walgreens and CVS open up across the street and around the corner. He's losing money left and right. He keeps putting money into his business. Can you sell the company? And I said, I don't know. Let me take a look. And I looked at the business, and I really studied the business. But it's so sad to say, and it breaks my heart, that it was too late. I couldn't really do anything. It was too late. Owners wait too late to sell their business. They are so busy running their business. They're so busy running their business in their personal life that they don't think about what's going on around them. New competition opening up across the street. Market trends are changing. They stop doing what I call AIM, which is always market and innovate. AIM, always innovate and market. Once you start growing, you're dying. And he stopped innovating, he stopped marketing, he didn't see the writing on the wall. And after a thorough evaluation, there was nothing I could do. It was just too late. Employees quit, customers stopped going, inventory was obsolete in many cases, and the business just died a natural death. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to be your story. I don't want that to be your ending. I want you to be able to sell your business for your desired sales price so you too can exit rich. Don't become a statistic. 8 out of 10 businesses, according to Steve Forbes, 8 out of 10 businesses will never sell. Don't become a statistic. Become one of the businesses that actually plan their exit ahead of time so they can exit rich. Because I hate this to be your story, my friends. So those are the things I really want you to think about today. Because next time I'm going to talk about the foundation that you must build in order to grow a sustainable, scalable, and sellable business so you too can exit rich, my friends. So let's just go through this one more time. No matter what stage you are in, whether you're beginning stage, you're in the middle of your journey, or you're at the end and you're like, I want to retire, I want to move on. There's more to life than this. Plan your plan. Start today. How much you want to sell your company for? What is it worth today? What's your time frame? Those are the things I want you to think about. Can a business run with you or without you? On our next episode, we'll discuss how to build that foundation into a sellable dream machine that you can exit for your desired sales price. People's opinions that have never sold companies before to really influence your biggest decision. So share this with your network. Make sure you subscribe to Exit Rich. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Exit Rich podcast. Don't forget to check out Michelle Seiler Tucker's Build to Sell Blueprint books and Exit Rich, along with more blogs, videos, and resources at exitrichpodcast.com. Be sure to connect with Michelle on Facebook or LinkedIn and stay tuned for her next episode by subscribing in your favorite podcast player.